Hello everybody, Flaming Shark back with another video, and this is my review to my blind commentary to the Season 2 finale of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. This is episodes, what? This would be 4 to 7 of She-Ra Season 2. It's gonna go up at 7, which is kind of late, but it's actually kind of normal. A lot of my posts have been at this time. This is kind of like my late post time. But I'll try to balance. I'm going to try to do the same thing again where I'm going to try and post, I'll try to post, like, for example, maybe like I'll probably be looking to post around like maybe 3:30, 4 p.m. tomorrow. So like a few hours, 3 to 4 hours earlier tomorrow with the Hunter. And then on Friday, I'm planning to post a double, right? Yeah, so I might even post even more earlier than that, honestly, the Hunter. I might try to post the Hunter at, like, what would be a good time? Maybe 2? I might post the Hunter at 2. So I'll probably be looking to post, like, the AOT really early, like, in the morning for me on Friday, and then post ReZero, like, late on Friday. So just kind of balance it out to not have the videos too close to each other. And then you have something and you can be excited for something else if you are a fan of both of those series. But that's the idea right now, is to do both ReZero, have both a ReZero video and an Attack on Titan video on Friday. Given that I still recorded everything and everything was going to be normal, but I got sauced by a weird computer Windows. I still do not know if it's Windows, if it's my computer. I don't know if something broke. I have no idea what happened. It doesn't really matter. But because I have my workaround for it, but it was the weirdest thing that stopped the She-Ra video. I'd be a little more salty if I actually had a perfect December, but I had already missed one day, so I don't really care that much because I had already missed a day, so it is what it is. But it still breaks my streak that I thought was going to go really long, and it sucks that the streak is broken by something stupid like that. So there is that. But whatever the case may be, I'm definitely excited because Season 3 is coming up next for She-Ra. In total we have 32 more episodes of She-Ra, so 20 down, 32 to go in this 52 episode series. So we're getting close to halfway. The end of Season 3, which will be in probably 2 more videos, maybe 1 if I'm really feeling saucy, but probably 2, especially since with the I don't think I'm going to be looking to do any particularly big videos with the Hunter super video coming up relatively soon at this point. I want to keep my videos down to like 3-4 episodes for the most part, so I'll probably will be doing Season 3 in 2 videos. But if for whatever reason I'm feeling the mood, I could see myself doing Season 3 in 1 video. But I wouldn't expect it. I would expect me to cut Season 3 in half like I did with Season 2 of She-Ra. But yeah, no, really good stuff. I definitely enjoyed these episodes. They were pretty good. There was a lot of good sauce in it. I really enjoyed the time spent in the Northern Reach? Is it the Northern Reach? I feel like it's either the Northern Reach or the Northern Keep. I think it's the Northern Reach. But it had like that type of name. A very like fantasy world type of name. It very much sounded like something in a fantasy world, which I guess Etheria technically is a fantasy world, but it's kind of weird to think of it as such, even though it is. I don't know. I think it's got such of a, like, especially with like such of the magic girl kind of motif that the story has. And especially given the fact that we're bringing in like the whole like other worlds elements as well, it just doesn't feel like a fantasy story, but I guess it kind of is a fantasy story. Oddly enough, it might be like sci-fi fantasy by the end of this, because it kind of is getting there as it is, and it kind of has a few elements of that, but especially if we go into like portals and space and stuff, that's definitely going into sci-fi territory for sure. So yeah, it's really weird. I guess this is a weird show genre-wise. I guess I'm not entirely sure what it even classifies under when I really think about it, but it's great. It was great. Meeting Bo's dads was really fun. That was oh man, they were an interesting duo. I just referred to them as Mustache and Dreads. I think one of them's named George. I want to say George is the one with the mustache, but I could be totally wrong about that. I definitely don't remember both of their names, but I'm pretty sure one of them was George. They had pretty normal names, normal, like, Western names. And, there wasn't really a lot to say there. So, yeah, they were pretty cool, and that was a really funny episode. It was kind of a weird season finale. But it did also advance the plot from episode 6. And episode 6 was the episode where we got literally called Light Spinner, where we had the Light Spinner, Shadow Weaver kind of story. We had some really saucy moments between Catra and Shadow Weaver. And, obviously Shadow Weaver escaped, which would lead to the final shot, actually, of Season 2, which was Shadow Weaver standing over Adora sleeping, which was really creepy, but there was a lot of really interesting stuff, and they did, in this season, while we didn't get much of Shadow Weaver, episode 6 was the only episode she had focus in. That episode was a Shadow Weaver episode, though, so it was pretty much all about her. We've now progressed to the point where she's no longer in the Fright Zone. She's apparently made it to Bright Moon, and specifically to Adora, and I don't know how that's going to go, because this could go several ways, because it's really hard to read what Shadow Weaver is really thinking about all of this, because she did manipulate Catra. Even if she might have meant it to some extent, she still manipulated her. So there was just a lot of interesting stuff there. I really like Shadow Weaver. She's already turning out to be a very interesting character, and I think we still have a long road to go with her, and it'll be interesting to find out how that all plays out. The Northern Keep stuff with Entrapta and Catra, and the moments between Seahawk and Scorpio were really good. Just lots of fun stuff all around. As far, obviously, links down below to my reaction on Mega and Breach. There's not a whole lot else to say. I'm really looking forward to this video drop-in. We're another season down with She-Ra, even though this is, again, the half season along with 3, so again, it's really kind of 4 seasons of 13, and this is kind of like our middle of season 2 deal. But technically speaking, another season of She-Ra in the books. Regardless, we are making progress on the series. 20 episodes down, 32 to go. We're nearing halfway. We will be getting to halfway. Hopefully before year's end. The plan is to get to the halfway mark before the end of the year, and then we will look to be finishing it probably in February, I would say. I imagine I'll finish She-Ra in February. I don't think I'm going to finish it before then. I don't think I'll finish it after then either. I think sometime in February we will probably finish the show, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be posting a few more kind of random videos, I think, in January, because I've been very dedicated to really just doing like Attack on Titan, Ruby, and the Patreon movies in the rotation. So I haven't done any of like the oddball stuff that's come out. So there's definitely a few things, Hell of a Boss, Adventure Time, stuff like that I would love to get around to pretty soon. So various things that I definitely would love to check out. So I'm definitely going to be looking to do some of that stuff in the near future. But I'm definitely really excited for more She-Ra, because I'm very curious to see where it goes. I think we're in the most interesting spot in the story so far as where do we go from here, specifically as it pertains to Shadow Weaver, I would say. But really just in general, there's a lot of interesting storylines that are brewing here, with Catra especially, because Catra is going to trust people even less now after what happened, because essentially the two people, that she knew all her life, Adora and Shadow Weaver, in a sense both betrayed her. Now, the difference, I guess, is that Adora, obviously, Shadow Weaver was never nice to her, but it was like she was finally bonding with her mother of sorts, and then she finds out that Mommy was just trying to use her, and it's really sus. It's one of those things where it's like, given how smart Catra is, I kind of wish she saw that coming, but on the same time, again, it is her mommy issues, and it honestly makes a lot of sense why that of all things would get her, I'd say. So, it is what it is. And, Catra's not in a great spot. Entrapta is definitely bonding with, I guess you could say bonding with Hordak in a way that neither Shadow Weaver or Catra could do. Shadow Weaver and Catra have a bit too much, Catra has a bit too much of Shadow Weaver in her, and, they near each other a lot in the story, which is really interesting. I guess the difference is Shadow Weaver is further along in her arc than Catra, but given those parallels, I wouldn't be surprised if Catra goes down a similar path, but I'm still not entirely sure what Shadow Weaver's path even is currently, because I don't know what they're going to do with her. It just seems like I'm really struggling to picture her just joining the side of the rebellion. That just doesn't feel right because they've written her as such a bad person, even though I think she is relatable and understandable, and I definitely think that she isn't, again, like, obviously she wanted power, but I don't think this was about that necessarily, and her backstory is kind of sad because, again, you can totally understand her point of view and why she was acting the way she was, and it's totally reasonable. So it's one of those things where, like, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about what I think they're going to do with her, and I really don't know, which is why I'm excited for season 3 and beyond, of course. But yeah, we're almost halfway through the show. It's been a very fun show so far. Not sure where it's landing on my like cartoon list, but it's got a long way to go, and I think that'll be very dependent on the second half of the series, as well as what's left of the first half, which is season 3. So, yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna end it off here, because I gotta get this review up, because I'm recording this review. It's about it just turned to 6:22, so it's about 38 minutes before I actually want to post this, so gotta get this up. Anyways, Flamin' Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I will see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.